Emily.
And welcome to our podcast, What the Flock, about our lovely little yarn shop in Christchurch, New Zealand. Now, we have some big updates and some smaller updates, and the most important update.
I haven't seen your one yet.
Oh, the green one. Oh, it is, and I can't believe what I'm about to say, even slightly too warm for me coming into the spring. Because it turns out that two strands of silk mohair and one strand of timony knit entirely into one color brioche is a hot sweater. And I am thrilled. And I must say, my mohair lust has only deepened now.
Yeah.
I'm like, finally warmth. Thank God. So, before we go anywhere else, construction updates. They're now building a building for nothing because the people who were supposed to rent have fully pulled out.
Oh, nice.
As all of the for rent signs. And we just need to tell you, and I need, would we describe that as a 45-degree angle?
They've made themselves like a scaffolding awning
Yeah.
that they also stand on, even though it's not for that.
Yeah.
For no apparent reason. I'm guessing to stop things falling on people below, maybe?
I mean, it's an improvement of when they were just randomly dropping things off the third floor of an unfinished building.
They do regularly, shout out and swear, which makes me very anxious.
I really love it when they do that just after they've begun hoisting a chunk of metal that's slowly spiraling when it's longer than the distance they have to get it up there past the power lines. So we'll be back next week with our updates on how many died from electrocution.
Someone came in and they'd been binge watching all our previous ones, and they're like, "Oh yeah, and so you've been talking about the construction the whole time."
Yeah, the
and I'm
whole time.
Yeah, and it still looks like that.
Yeah. It was supposed to be done a year ago yesterday, everyone.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, September the 2nd, a year ago yesterday, or the day before, a year ago, 2 days ago. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, moving on.
Wow. Anyway, hit the people with your updates. I think you have a stack
I have
of
multiple.
them. Yeah, they've built up.
I've gone a bit cast on crazy too, so there's a whole bunch going on.
Crazy projects or crazy volume or both?
Both.
Excellent.
Not crazy projects, sort of. So I finished my Danish confection. So this is the novice cardigan, die quietly.
Yeah, working on it.
Mohair edition in alpaca 2 and silk mohair.
Yes.
I love the colour.
I also love the color.
It's more blousy than I thought it was going to be, so it's taking me some time to adjust.
Yes, you do not seem as thrilled with the outcome as I would. When I saw it on you immediately, I love it, but I'm also famous for knitting a tiny tent and wearing it.
I like the colour. I don't know. It comes down at the front in a weird way, especially when it's open. It kind of makes a weird point.
Yes, that's
which I don't like.
Definitely a feature of the round yokes coming into a cardigan front.
Yeah.
And with that top-down construction, unless we really fill out that top portion, and even when we do really fill out that top portion, because the button bands have nothing to resist against, they
pull it down.
Yeah. Just the man wielding a hammer upside down while wearing a helmet. I can't. But I buttoned, and the way I've seen it, and I will say the color looks fantastic with your whole wardrobe as predicted.
Yeah.
So at least it's a step in a different direction and a different concept and fit. Right?
I think it might be better with dresses as well, or if I wore pants.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Well, because she's kind of a pants girl.
Yeah.
The designer is definitely a pants girl. I can't remember one of her photos where she's in a skirt. Do you think, and this is a random one, have you looked at the Tedis Knit Garden? I can't remember what her full handle is.
Yes.
I think maybe some of hers might be a good adventure for Emily, because she's a skirt girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a bunch of them in my queue.
Okay. Watch this space.
Yeah, and the other thing I don't love about petite knits is there's not much information on the sizing. There's no schematic. It says this my size is to fit this bust range, but not actually what the finished measurement is. So if I'd had that information, I could pick a size better.
Yeah.
And I think a few others have said that they're on the bigger side, her patterns, because they're allowing quite a bit of ease, which you might not necessarily want. And there's not heaps of info on how much ease and how to work it out. So that's kind of a downside.
And totally one of those Danish cultural things, because even the essayers are famed for their interesting interpretation of the schematic.
Yes.
Shall we say? Is that he says,
I think they're just like, trust me, make this.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Emily's got questions. She's got questions, everyone.
So that's one thing I finished.
Lovely.
Do you want to see the other one? Or
I do.
No,
this is the one that I think the people have been waiting for.
Yes.
Oh, it's so subtle.
It's perfectly subtle.
So subtle.
Especially
Can
with
we
these
talk
hat
about the
buttons
tiny hat buttons?
with flowers that
Fucking
match
Christ.
all that.
Oh,
I love it.
I did not see the hat buttons coming.
I've worn it a bunch of times. I really like it.
Great. And we got over our sleeve situation.
Yes, I just did it. What did I do? No, I measured my pressed flowers and I did it to that.
Perfect. I think
so
that's a good
both
solution.
I kind of like whatever this is. I think
Bracelet.
I think it's slightly higher than bracelet.
Slightly higher. A new imaginary sleeve.
Because I scrunch up my sleeves anyway, so they might as well be a bit shorter, and then I don't have to knit as much.
Well, here we go.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the tessellated cardigan in Eternity 4-ply Candy Pop, some silk mohair and spin cycle dyed in the wool in Big Sky.
Big Sky.
I can't remember the name. It just won't stay in my head.
You know why? Because it doesn't. The two skeins of Big Sky that you used have nothing in common with any other skein of Big Sky.
Yeah.
Given that I have an entire cardigan knit in it, guys.
Yeah.
We are telling you this 100%. This is the wildest Big Sky ever.
Yes. But I love it.
Yes.
It weirdly goes with a lot of stuff because there's so many colours. It just kind of goes. Or I just make it go.
I'm about to say, or are you just forcing it into the situation?
So those are my finished objects.
Boom. Amazing. Now, what else do you have on the go, Emily?
Well, I've kind of accidentally cast on a bunch of stuff in the same colour.
Shock.
And guess what the colour is?
Orange.
Yeah. So, the first thing, because I just couldn't resist, was a Baronia cardigan.
There we go.
So this is in Juliet, and it might be warm, but it's also holy. So I'm like, ventilation.
I think you're going to be real warm.
But this winter, I've actually worn a lot of my thicker things. So I think, it's probably not going to be a summer wear for me. But the colour was calling to me, and I was telling everyone about Baronia, and I already had the pattern. So there we go.
I mean, Baronia is literally, if I remember correctly, the reason we ended up with the Juliet. So it's kind of fitting that we've started this journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we have the actual colour that her sample's made in.
Oh.
The kind of corally red. It's called something rose.
Confiture de rose?
No, not that one. Bois de rose?
Bois de rose.
Maybe?
Yeah, bois de rose. Ça fait du sens?
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So that's
and which
one.
colour is this?
This is Argyle.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's that one.
Baronia cardigan, underweight, and that's on a nice big chunky needle, right?
It actually isn't. It's on a 4 mil.
Ooh.
But I think because of the lace.
Yeah, you want it to kind of have a little bit of structure going on.
Yeah. And then, so we got more of our custom colour hedgehog in.
Whoop, whoop.
And I did already have some, but it kind of pushed me into an idea of what to make with it.
Perfect.
So I am making a kind of Jethro cardigan.
Yes.
So that's
that
crochet granny squares on the front and back, and then knitted sleeves.
As one would.
But I'm doing it in 4-ply instead of in DK.
Okay.
And just kind of making the shapes work with stuff I already have. Because it's just a rectangle with sleeves. It's not.
Great. I'm not worried.
Yeah. And I forgot to grab it, but guess what colour the sleeves are going to be?
Unicorn tears.
No. They're going to be Telliat.
Oh.
Sakura and the pale pink.
I don't know how I could have known that, but
it goes
yes.
perfectly.
So good.
So I've already done all the squares for the front. So I've got 24 blocking, and I'm on my way on the back.
So good.
Yeah.
Now we have a visitor, and I'm just going to inform them what we're doing. Hi there. We're just filming a podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's just going to take us a couple minutes to wrap up if you're okay with it. You're welcome to browse the shop. The camera will blur you out.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, great. So, that's all amazing news.
So this is cotton candy that was my colour, and I love how it comes out with crochet.
It does really pool really well. I mean, Hedgehog does a great job of making colors that both knit and crochet really well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is my hot take.
And also one of these, I think it was this one, I changed skeins, and you can't tell.
Oh, bang.
Yeah.
Change skeins and dye batches? I'm
No,
just curious.
2 from the original.
Okay, 2 from the original, so still don't jump dye batches. But
I think it's actually fine. Like,
they're
real close.
They're real close. Well, on the hedgehog fiber front, before we move into my projects, I guess it's a good time to tell you that we are slowly rebuilding up our color library of hedgehog fiber. And we have our other custom color, mine, Unicorn Tears, so subtle. And 2 exciting ones that I think Emily should show you. I'm going to hide my face with my little square, and she's going to hide her face with the things.
So we have Celestial and Hibiscus.
Yes, okay. I have a lot of emotions about the hibiscus, everyone.
Yeah. And also, this one changed names from when they first told us about it. So if you ever saw it as Sangria,
yes,
they changed it to hibiscus.
Okay, I was having a panic because Sangria was an old color from many, many moons ago.
Yeah.
And I went through my stash and I found a skein of Sangria, and I was like, there is no way that this and the other one are the same. So this
maybe
is good.
they didn't realize they doubled up and then changed it.
I had a panic.
Yeah, and did I say this one already? This is Celestial.
Yes,
Celestial. So it's really pretty, like purples and blues and yellows.
Yeah. And I have ordered 10 more of the new colors to come. So 10 more new colors are on their way as soon as they tell us they're making them, which is always a fun game of, please give us more yarn, and then you wait and find out when it's coming. Yeah. So that'll be good news when we get that. And I will tell everybody that, so I've been in a bit of a spinning obsession. Because I can't do a lot else, actually. For a couple of days, knitting was really, really hard, and I was unwell. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I could not make head nor tails of knitting. So I spun and spun and spun, and so also in the next hedgehog fiber order, I ordered 3 of the giant Lucky Dip fiber bags. So they are 250 grams each, so they're going to be about this big, and you'll be able to make 250 grams worth of yarn out of them. So,
and they're like a mixture of different fibers, right?
Different fibers. I ordered the potluck pastels, so I am sure that they will be fun. I completed several Danish confections and brought none of them today. You're welcome. I did pull London out to wear it, and then instead I put on Windy, and then I got here and went, oh.
Is London the blue one or the green
one? London is the blue one.
Which one's the green one?
That one has no name because I went on a really wild adventure.
Okay.
And it started off with me being like, I'm going to knit the September sweater by Petite Knits. And then, lo and behold, there were no schematic instructions to tell me how big the armhole was going to be. Yeah. And then I checked the number of rows and distance she was telling me to work in the pattern, and I was like, well, my arm is not this big. So I'm going to have to go on a different adventure and figure out how to shape this. So I instead have now learned how to make that shape from the bottom up, which is great. And it's led to a new pattern. And this is leading to a new pattern, which Folklana has offered to sponsor, which is super fun of them. So this is going to be just a really simple unisex raglan, just a basic knit flat, stockinette, 4mm needles raglan. You'll be able to do it in silk mohair plus something. So this is Arwetta and Tilia in ice blue, color number 3 something.
They're listed as the names, not the names.
Yes, 340 for the people like Ethan who, I can't believe what I'm about to say. I actually find it easier to memorize the color numbers than the names. Yikes. So those are the 2 guys that I've used for this. What we've learned for sure is trust them. Sometimes you will hold the 2 colors together, and it's not as evident on camera, I've learned, but sometimes in person when you look at the colors from Folklana and from Isair, you'll look at them and you'll go, those 2 don't belong together. But honestly, they do. They really know what they're talking about, and we asked them for their help with this. So I would 100% trust them. The other thing that I still have on the go, because it is Frog Or Finish It September, and I decided to finish this, is the back of my cardigan. That is the High Street cardigan that is getting a new street name and will be released hopefully in the next 3 weeks once I get this done. Woo! Because Frog Or Finish It September is underway because the countdown to Flocktober is on.
Yes.
So, start getting yourselves ready. We are ordering a host of new yarns for you to experience as part of Flocktober. And should we reveal the first category? The big category? The one to end them all? So, we are doing a category that I have decided to name, in my wisdom, European Summer. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Ethan, you finally lost the plot, and you're right. But if I have to look at one more person's smug photos from Santorini or Mykonos, you know who you are, from this summer, I am going to scream. And there were just too many adorable knit tank tops worn by both men and women at all of these summer beach parties in Greece. You know what? Greece? We have beaches in New Zealand. So we're going to have our own staycation, European summer. And I, Ethan, Andrew, Barkley, and you, am currently ordering summer yarns like there is no tomorrow.
That's true.
So brace yourselves, because today, I'm glad Emily is sitting down. I am proud to tell you all that I just ordered not 1, not 2, but 11 colors of organic French linen. I know. I actually don't know what to say, except for Starry Nordland has patterns for it. So,
yes.
I feel like Starry Nordland might lead the charge on European summer.
Yeah, she's definitely cranking them out at the moment. And the
girl has been working.
Whatever they're called, Hot Right Now, is full of sari.
And
there's heaps of, she must have done like a book or something for socks.
I think
heaps
so.
of sock patterns.
She is just crushing it. So if you are looking for someone to...
Speaking of crushing it.
I just drove into a tree. It's okay, we don't like that one, I guess. Oh, God, Christchurch. If you're looking for help picking the perfect projects for Flocktober, we're going to be back with more details next week and the winner of the Danish Confection Knit Along. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be a busy podcast next week, because hopefully I will have my feet more back under me. Last and not least, before we leave you today with this abbreviated podcast, we have a host of leather goods that I have stacked next to us.
Yes.
And I put 2 that I thought Emily would actually find enjoyable next to her. I believe I deposited them.
I can only see one. But
okay, nope, it's because I took the other one next to me. A little while ago, we started carrying the Redesign project stuff, and then we made the mistake of finding the pre-order page, which included some of these delights. So this one that Emily has in her hands, which I forking love, sorry, just finding the number, is the Project 25. Now, this colorway is walnut, and I have to admit, I am in love with these bloody tote bags that they are making. So we now have 3 different tote bags. The one that I thought might also be a winner, these 2 are quite closely related. So they have this buckety bottom on them, so they will stand up nice.
And they've got legs.
Yeah, they've got the little legs and feet and stuff. So if you're going to a place that doesn't have bag stools for some reason, but... You know, like a little chair that sits beside you for your bag, a bag stool. I asked for one.
Everywhere I go, his face.
So this one is the Project 20, and this one is the Project 25. So you can see how they're kind of related. This guy's got a drawstring top and is a larger, more buckety interior.
This one has a zip.
And a bigger host of pockets and other things in them. You can find all of these on the website under the Redesign Project section. And I just think that they are glorious. In each little redesign project thing that I add to my collection of them, including my still available for pre-order project number 10, absolutely fills out my knitting needs a little bit more.
Yes.
And what I love about these ones, especially, is they're incognito knitting bags.
Like this could be just a handbag.
Yeah, totally. So they're double duty. So if you're looking for a great quality leather bag and you wanted something a little more unique and something with your knitting in mind already, these guys are the ones. They've got the pouches inside for all of our knitting stuff. They've got zips in space. They've got tape measure holders on all of them.
Honestly, pockets everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the little coin thingy is?
Yes, they're tape measure holders. So these little detachable guys that are clipped throughout them, they're these little black numbers like this. They are tape measure holders, and you'll find them in a lot of the different redesign project things. The other thing that we got in this time that I've been waiting to display to Emily, these are stitch marker wallets.
Cute.
Aren't they super cute? They're just teeny tiny and perfect. And they've got lots of space in there for all of our favorite stitch markers and that great little envelope closure. And I just loved them when I saw them.
So this is Project 28.
28. This guy is the 32 in Wood Smoke, which is one of my favorite designs that they make. So this one is the one that comes with the removable tool pouch and the flat pack inside. So for those of us who are sock knitters who need our things all around all the time, I think these are the best upsize bag for that sort of journey. And I do think that these ones are really well suited for shawl knitting. We do also, online at the moment, have up for order the Go-Go Dynamo Mystery Knit Along kits that I've designed. And the good news is your mystery knit-along kit will fit beautifully inside of a Redesign project bag.
Yes.
Not an accident.
So just with the Redesign stuff, some of it is pre-order and some of it is here. So if it's pre-order, I believe it says the month it's due in the title. So that's how you can tell if it's something in stock or on its way.
And speaking of in stock, last and not least of the things to show you today.
Just a real small,
honestly,
low-key.
I don't know why, like, Wagner doesn't start playing when you pick this thing up. This is the bucket.
It's a bucket.
Is
I feel
the
like you could use
Project
it for
27.
like firewood.
Honestly, this is the fucking greatest knitting bag of all time, and I will not hear different. Look at this thing!
I would fit in that too.
I know! I've already pre-ordered one in wood smoke for myself, because I ordered a whole wood smoke set, and this was the pièce de résistance. You can also get an internal divider set and a lid. We have them all on order. But if you are looking to secure a bucket, the buckets are the hardest ones to get by far. We have one. The rest of them are available for pre-order, the buckets that we have, but the buckets will sell out first. Do not hesitate on the bucket. Make the bucket your new child. If you have that child at home that you don't love as much as the others, everyone has one, be honest with yourselves, replace them with the bucket. Look at this thing. It will never talk back, and it will always hold your yarn perfectly. I can't think of a better use. It has a host of interior pockets all the way around, and an interior zip. Oh. Anyway, I've been waiting for...
Ethan likes this.
I have been waiting for a yarn bucket for years. Here's the reason why. In North America, they sell these really awesome tool things for people who do home renovation and stuff. And what they are is they're like a tool roll that goes around one of those giant like 30-liter miter 10 buckets. And so I've been hunting for one for knitting for years and years and years, but I obviously refuse to carry a plastic bucket. Hello. So... finally, my bucket dreams have come true, okay? When I saw that these existed, they were the thing. I was like literally screaming at Kathy to order them now. The buckets are here, and we all deserve a bucket. Christmas is coming. Who cares? Tuesday is coming. Get yourself a bucket. Be realistic about what you want. All right. I think that's everything for today. We're going to catch you guys a little bit later. This is me going into exit from this. And... if you have any questions, if you need help with anything, pre-ordering, getting ready for what's coming up next with the knit-alongs, clarity on any of the stock that's coming in, please get in touch at getflockknitting@gmail.com, and we will be thrilled to answer you. So, that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.